the top Blokes, you know, as Jam said, I've casted all the matches so far, and you know, the boys have grown on me definitely over time, and I think they're going to make it. I have faith in them making it to the group stage. It's going to be a hard one either way, as they will be facing off against Vitality if they make it, but they've only got me wrong once in my predictions, and I'm hoping they don't have me wrong again. I'm going to go for top Blokes. I'll go for the game 5 hope. I'll go a 3-2 win.
Well, that is the case here. The game has gone our way. It is Endpoint CEX in the blue, top Blokes in the orange. We've seen a few attempts either side. Metenčuks to the back where Brilliant Wave will just tease it across. Archie moves across between the two already here. Boy, we have just seen a potential last chance survival by Endpoint. They have to do it again as Brilliant Wave chases down the field.
Yeah, top Blokes, they failed once at qualification. Will they do so again? They will not be looking to do so, of course. The best of 5 serious, and last life of the tournament. If they drop now, they will not even make it to the top 8, make it to that group stage, and not even have a chance of pushing any further. This is the match that means the most at the moment, and they've got to make the most of it. Upfield the ball will go. Pushing upfield, Metenčuks waiting back. He'll get a touch, but coming around the corner. Last one, the drop down, the pressure remains in front of net, the shot barely saved by our latent wave, the pressure coming in and nothing will be found of it. The Casio up high, looking for a bump, not finding it yet, but the drop down, the pressure remains, top Blokes hunting for the goal, getting close to finding it, but Endpoint defense working out well at the moment and not seeing any noticeable cracks.
Being top Blokes, been on the front foot for a decent time here. They still have to find a way through. Metenčuks doesn't happen. Flame. Virtuoso deals with the pressure. Back in by Flame. What a bump by the looks of Archie. 1-0 Endpoint trail.
Top Blokes find the first, and Flame just a small tap to himself. Gonna work out. Metenčuks, he should have had that touch, to be totally honest, but barely slipping by. Against top Blokes at the 1-0 lead. 2 minutes in, a good start, but will they keep things up? Cassie with a boom upfield, looking to do exactly that. Looking to be an early second goal. The drop down, a pass in centre. Playing a bit too far away, but he can make it in time to send that to the ceiling. The pressure remains, not slowing down. Top Blokes are not giving Endpoint a time to breathe.
That's a good point there. It's a battle possession already from that one goal. Endpoint looks to maybe find a response ideally quickly. There are sometimes a slow starter, and Vert, per takeoff here, and Casio can launch it down. Mets wait patiently, one demo, that's by Casio. Archie tries to slow it down, and Vert's that sort of pivot-like player. Boyle moves around freely. No one necessarily he on the attack, but that's Archie's attempt. They're dealt in by the player from Ireland, and Flame one with. For that, the chances go around. 1-0 still with top Blokes.
Wave, he'll find the save, the drop down off the sidewall, the boom upfield, the pressure remains. Archie, get the clear out to the corner, pushing away as Flame, challenged by 1. Dropping down the ball will go 1-0 top Blokes. The shot saved once more. The pressure remains up high. Archie to clear away, trying to break out, trying to make a second goal. 1 goal lead is not saving, might be showing that right there. The shot from Meta barely going wide. Counter attack now, a launch upfield. Top Blokes looking to make this 2. And the ball comes centre. Metenčuks up to relating wave. It could be a chance off the corner coming in as Bart beats in the ball. Metenčuks, the last man back, will find a save, but the pressure remains from top Blokes. That's up high, to the ceiling. A great second touch coming in centre. Oh, barely beating the ball with Casio. The Flames there recover, keep the pressure on, and not slow down.
Another attack here by Endpoint. Vert straight on. What a save. Casio keeps top Bloke clean for the time being while Metenčuks tries the pepper. Casio moves across and Vert is there to do some magic. A green emerald bone from Ireland, but brilliant wave. What a touch. Still another save by top Blokes. The oohs and ahs, rightly so. 60 seconds. Endpoint frustrated.
But Joessi came out there hunting for the goal. Unfortunately for him, not able to find one. Top Blokes now in the counter to secure this game to find the goal. That's saved by Virtuoso. They drop down. Flame gets demoed. A chance never Bart. 1-on-1 against Archie. That goes high. An attempt saved once again. Top Blokes defense impeccable at the moment. Nothing getting by. Now Archie past 1 after drop down. Trying to be another touch. Beats the ball by Vert. On the centre. A launch upfield. Relating wave can take the touch. taking it slow. He's got the boost. A good save, a good avoidance. The pressure remains. They're not slowing down. We're letting maybe another chance to pass the Metenčuks. Still not in. Virtuoso to the crossbar. So much pressure but nothing falling through.
Top blokes sitting there smart in their suits. They haven't shown a moment of crackness.
No.
Oh, relenting way of just to get that one through. Mets infield pass shot out by Archie. Moving downfield, quick little play. Vert to the side. Mets to fling it right across. And the only thing it hits is the deck. 1-0. Game 1. Top bloke leads the series.
What a start for Top Blokes. 1-0. The defense getting tried and tested, but so many saves being made. It was a great performance from them, and Endpoint kept it close, but oh, that was really tough for them to get past Top Blokes' defense.
What was amazing about it as well, boy, you just seen Top Blokes, they absorb the pressure, they're moving across the road, and yet they're the ones who take the opportunities. That's what you have to do, but you have to feel sorry for Mets. You had a few players relating wave as well too. Vert was as usual, tricky self, but boy, Endpoint's got to do something here. We've seen how they have been throughout the storm, been slow starters, been a bit of doubt in the original predictions on the days. How it continues onwards, well, that's going to be the intriguing part.
It certainly is, Danny, and game number 2, it'll be an important one for Endpoint. They need to bounce back. It may have been a close game in scoreline, and Endpoint had a lot of good chances, but Top Blokes controlled that game massively, and let's see if Endpoint can turn things around. I want a game 5, I think most of us do, so I'm going to hope they do so.
Well, a full 5-game set would be nice. I'm old school, I want a best of 9 to return, so we could have even a longer spell, but we can't have what we always want. Endpoint starts game 2 ideally with the win. They'll have to score right off the kickoff. It looks like they immediately try that, and Archie just bumps it away. Mets and Vet once again moving across. Casio though, slow little dribble. What a pass! What a shot! Archie just sends Endpoint to the bin.
Oh, perfect from the Top Bloke side. Casio to Archie, the 2 up front players linking up perfectly. 1-0 Top Blokes already. Oh, the passes can't get better than that. That is exactly what we like to see. And a great start for Top Blokes. But can they keep it up? Metenčuks trying to find a quick return. The pass out. Show them we can do it as well. That clear away. Virtuoso are finally finding a goal. 1-1. An explosive start to this game too.
Just straight off there, Archie passing the Fatley middle. It's the ceiling a bit unfortunate. 1 each already within the opening minute of Fatley, boy. We wanted an explosive start. We wanted Endpoint to start stronger. We wanted the hit patter. Top Blokes is just sitting there in game 1 and sort of absorb it. Finally, Endpoint gets that goal and see what they can do from it now.
Finally they break through, but they've got to hold on in defense. The ball coming centre. Archie trying to find a shot of it, instead takes it to the corner. Up high it will go. Met by Casio. The drop down. Casio, Archie, the 2 players, they have been huge factors on it. Top Blokes breaking forwards, working out so well. Flame as well in the defense. That's put in a good performance, but Casio and Archie, the dream duo at the moment. I'm really liking watching these guys link up and play. And Flame now to the backboard, looking for that pass. Metenčuks will take control. The drop down to the corner. Up high the ball will go. Archie backing off, rushing in, beat to the ball by 1. Virtuoso upfield, taking it slowly. A good 50 by Casio, wave out to the sides. In comes Flame to the ceiling. The drop down. 90 seconds in to make it 2. Off the crossbar, Archie's shot barely going high.
We're moving down. Flame able to respond. Positional play will be beaten as we have reads it. Flame back into the central. Metenčuks waiting patiently, controlling and trying to dominate. That's what again the stats we see at the end stream. That's Casio mistake. Flame brilliant way surely sees Met. He does indeed. Straight across on target, and Casio launches that one down. Top Blokes are repelling Endpoint's attacks.
So close for Endpoint, but really way pushing upfield. Trying once more to make it 2. Virtuoso. A good 50-50. We'll keep on the attack. Up high it will go. The clear away. Out to Metenčuks. Bumped in the process. Has to back off. Joessi can't make a touch on it. Archie out to the side. He's got all the boost in the world. Sends that to the back wall. That's up high. Relating wave a launch back up. You're rushing back to net. It's Casio. He'll find the save. But the pressure remains. Endpoint not slowing down. They're exerting all the pressure now. They are wanting the second goal. It could be a chance. The ball coming centre. Cleared away. Up high. Has to back off. Top Blokes now. Pushing up on attack. Trying to find this counter opportunity.
Well, here it may come with relating wheel per touch though, and Casio, he spotted Flame off the backboard, stuck with Casio, Metenčuks, one stop, second stop, and that's Top Blokes there. That's what they had on offer, and yet Endpoint stops him in return. This is a much even match here, probably the Eagles, we've seen how they can perform too here, Boyle, but Metenčuks from its backboard trying to start the play again.
Upfield Metenčuks will go. Met by one, Flame up high, trying to find the drop down. That's coming centre, off the backboard. An attempt not working out, having to back off now it's Casio. Late wave, a good challenge, up high, to the backboard. Endpoint, the pressure remains, but a clear away, it could find a chance for Flame and beat to the ball. Up high it will go. 1 apiece, 90 seconds left. Endpoint Top Blokes, dead, even no one finding a lead. It's been such a close game, such a close series. And I hope this continues, and it's been a great one to watch so far.
Well, Metenčuks looks to continue the attack that Endpoint has. Archie just moves across per bounce here. Top Blokes, but fortuitous how it goes as Casio launches by a Prix jump to relating wave. Second touch goes alright. Vert Mets, double commit. Does Endpoint have it what it takes? It seems to be yes at the moment. They don't get punished for it. And Flame controls, drags it across, now down to the halfway line, trying to get into the final third. No bump, but Archie's there to play some dividends. Attacking play.
Oh, Virtuoso, some amazing saves right there, barely keeping that one out. Now it's Flame, bringing the ball centre, the follow-up, no one's there. Virtuoso up high, the pressure remains. Virtuoso, no boost in attack, trying to force their way through, stall for time, give Metenčuks and relating wave chance to get upfield. But Flame now, all by himself, bringing it centre, out to Archie, that's to the backboard. Casio, to the ball, a drop down. A great 50-50, a great dunk. Top Blokes, they want to avoid this overtime, they want to take it right now. But Endpoint saying otherwise. That's a great pass, that's a great shot, that's a great goal. Endpoint has the lead.
Oh, what a play. Wave just moves that across there, one beaten Flame. The moment he jumps there, there's two arguments where you can place it left or right. I prefer it behind the keeper, and yet here we are. Endpoint maybe the chance to tie the series too. That will be the case if Vert can continue to hold it, blocks it, moves it down, and 10 seconds remain, Boyle. It really is Top Blokes to fling this downfield, but Mets holds it nicely. That surely is game two.
That's gotta be it, a great stall for time, a great save from Casio. The ball does still stay up high. 0-second goal is possible, but they've got to put a lot of effort in. Metenčuks to drop down, securing the game. Endpoint take game two, and what a game it was.
It's amazing how sometimes we can look at the opening game and think this is how it's going to go. Endpoint struggled for goals there, Boyle. Oh, they found a way of getting their accuracy, moves it across, but you gotta give credit, Metenčuks set things up quite nicely, moves the ball around. Virtuoso doing typical things there. We've seen the stats around, but Boyle, any suggestions for Top Blokes though?
I'm gonna be honest, my suggestion for it is to keep it up. They were playing so well. I guess a bit more prominence in that offense. They've only scored one goal each game, and they're on the offense, but they're just not scoring all the opportunities they had. Just looking at it, they had 6 shots taken, only 1 goal scored. So there's definitely improvements that can be made in the offense, but they are doing a very good job, to give them credit.
Well, credit rightly due. Of course, survival is the name of the game in this one, as Endpoint and Top Blokes are fighting a spot against Renault Vitality. Probably the group of death. We'll break that down further into the week on Tuesday or on Thursday itself. But Boyle, not a match which way you like to go. Of course, we've seen the likes of Top Blokes earlier, Singularity going straight through here, but game 3, a lot of momentum's holding on this one.
Definitely a lot. Of course, Endpoint coming off that win against Monkeys. Top Blokes off the loss against Singularity. Both teams are kind of a bit over the place at the moment, but I think they're starting to level out. A 1-1 series is promising for our hope of a game 5, but both teams are looking so close, it's hard to call what way this is going to go.
Well, you might say it's hard to call. I guess everybody in chat will have their predictions more likely favoring the Endpoint side themselves, but while we try to recreate the lobby, I believe one of the players might have a slight issues there, so we want to make sure everything's perfect there. Such an important match, such riding on it too. It effectively means elimination here, but we did say RV effectively as they're going into that one. They could have played like the BDS, Liquid as well too, so not an easy group for whoever wins this.
Not an easy group at all. They're missing out in that Group B, and it would have been I guess a debatably easy group, but I think most people are agreeing that Group A is the group of death at the moment. Vitality is the first matchup, and win or lose, you're either playing against Liquid or BDS, the top two from the Euro Cup. So it's not an easy group, that Group A, and these teams have got a lot to worry for if they make it. But these are capable players. These guys are good enough to try and take down Vitality, try and take down Liquid, try and take down BDS, but they've got to prove that and make it to the group. They're doing well so far. They've showed some really good potential, but they've got to do better and make it to the actual groups.
Yeah, all good pointers how it could play out as well. But I'm not saying, you look at the fact of some of these teams as the way they had top Blokes. I feel a little bit hard done by how their upper finals went to, while Endpoint has slowed their way right through the bottom end of the lowers. So, boy, if you're in that situation, would you rather be Endpoint or top Blokes?
I think you would rather be Endpoint. They're coming off a win, they're feeling confident, they're feeling good. Whereas top Blokes have had that slight blimp in the road, that slight bit of disappointment, of shakiness of, oh no, am I doing good enough right now? Are we able to qualify? They have that bit of doubt in their mind. But I feel that doubt might be clear now after taking that first game against Endpoint. So I feel like these teams are kind of now even in that kind of regard. But I would definitely rather be Endpoint in this situation.
Well, Endpoint trying to do a lower bracket run. I know Crafters keeps referring to the World Championship a long time ago when Flipside won it. Not on the same scale, but it would be a feat nonetheless. They have got a point to prove against here. With that said though, Endpoint earlier in the match, they played the likes of Monkeys to Solari, but forget about those for the time being. The players are rejoining. Game 3 is underway.
Game 3 underway. Who will take the lead in this best of 5 series? Endpoint or top Blokes? This is going to be a tough one. Virtuoso looking for the early goal for Endpoint, not finding it just yet. It's a good 50-50 off the corner. Tower lane, wave that's up high. The Delta Flame, the drop down, the launch up field. Top Blokes looking for the return, and that's an own goal. Oh no.
Well, we've seen Scrub Killer and Singularity own goaling, and allegedly, according to today's Ireland's best player, Virtuoso, own goals in that case. Well, bit unfortunate. Endpoint now trails. They have to fade another way. They might be down by 2. One was saved away, pushed into the corner. Metenčuks, Archie drops that one down. Flame. Quick little play into the middle, try to fade a teammate. That was Archie in question, doesn't connect though, and top Blokes are absolutely peppering this Endpoint final third, trying to find a spot to go through. Related's had enough and sends them back.
I was just going about how good both teams have been doing, how good they both look, and of course I get shot at by an own goal by Virtuoso, but no seriousness, these teams have looked good. A small blimp on the road for Endpoint, but they've got to recover from it. They've got to try and bring this back now. It's a 1-0 game for top Blokes at the moment, only 1 minute in, but they're looking close to extending already. They've been so prominent on attack. A pass in centre, the shot, saved by Metenčuks. Upfield it will go. Hit by Archie, good 50-50. Another one pass, that's coming centre. A shot on target, Casio makes it 2, and top Blokes take advantage and go 2-0 up.
Just love how the movement along by Archie straight to Casio. You can see by, of course, the mini-map itself, his rotation moving in quite nicely. Tucks in, good control, good reading of the play. Top Blokes slightly showing why they were, to be one side of the desk, the favourite of going into, of course, the main event itself, as Casio looks for maybe goal number 3, trying to double a touch off the corner, unlikely, as Bert was there, Metenor straight down, Bert maybe trying to get the angle, bumped away by his former teammate a long time ago, Archie, a block by him again, 90 seconds plus and gone, 2-0 Endpoint trails.
Archie chasing for the demo, ran the defender out of net, Casio takes full advantage, he makes it free. Archie giving Endpoint a taste of their own medicine right there, and I believe it was Virtuoso himself chasing out of net. The man who always demos chased by Archie, ran out of net, 3-0 top Blokes.
Oh, what a kick-off, hurling at the alleyway there. Frankly, Endpoint will be sighing a bit of relief. They have been really unlucky in some sense, having it's gone against them. And Vert straight up, second touch. No, he requires brilliant wave to bail him out. And as Archie moves it across here, a double demo attempt on the keeper. A relating wave. It's sitting there like an old pinball machine from 1980s.
Oh, Endpoint, that's the play we like to see. That is what makes Endpoint so good. Off the demo, wave bounced off. Still makes another his goal. But with style like that, I think he deserves it. 3-1 top Blokes. Endpoint bring it within 2. They've still got time to bring this back. 3 minutes left on the clock. And 2 goals needed. Virtuoso takes it high, looking for the pass. Over to Metenor, it will go. The beat to the ball by Archie. The drop down. The pressure remains. Metenor is rushing back. Beats out one. That's up high. But late and wait. To the backboard. Casio's there waiting. The drop down, the clear of the side, Virtuoso to the backboard once more to find the goal to make it make it 2, sorry. Not working out just yet though. And still the score remains 3-1 top Blokes. Endpoint so close to making this 2. But they're not there yet.
We are trying to calm things down at the back line. They were on the attack. What a good save. Flame maybe trying to find a spot into the middle. Doesn't seem likely. Another play here by top Blokes. As Boyo said, they were leading by 2. They have been comfortable in game 3 here, but maybe Metenor and Vert trying to do some damage. Really?
Oh, what a pass! What a pass, Endpoint. Virtuoso relating wave off the ceiling and down it goes. They bring it within 1. There is still time for an Endpoint comeback. Do not count them out yet. This is so close, Danny. 3-2 the score. 1 minute, 52 seconds left. Endpoint. The chances are getting taken away off that kick-off goal. And they still have a chance, but lessened and lessened over time.
Point about, you said you were a little bit early on that one, Boyo. Bit of experience required, both on the field here in the commentary booth. The viewers sitting there, of course, supporting the respective teams. A bit nervy, as we have been saying plenty of times for a qualification match for the main event. And Vert trying to scrape Endpoint over the line here, and Flame takes it away, pushes it downfield, and Virtuoso, one touch, moves it. Now it's from his own final third, into the midfield, one flick into the middle, and Archie just moving into the corner, trying to hold and stabilise it, as Related Wave responds in kind, like time and time again, but no success from that play yet.
And just as I find they're starting to bring it back, they can save it off the kick-off. Virtuoso looking for the bump, not going to find it. Archie rushing back, will find the save. Related Wave up high, a great 50, that's to the backboard. Virtuoso can't make it in time, it's a notice. Looking around, sends it high, the drop down, bumps all around, 4-2 the scoreline. 1 minute left for Endpoint, time running dry, and top Blokes on attack. Like to see game number 3, Danny. Top Blokes looking so comfortable at the moment, not going to look like they're slipping anything else by.
Well, as Casio trying to move downfield, he might have one and slip it through directly where the defence wants lease as Flame now puts it down where Metenor was waiting patiently. Good read probably by the smartest player on this field, struggling to find a way to break through. Top Blokes is now Metenor's poor first touch gives Flame a chance. Bert infield it goes. Related Wave has to get this one on target. No, 15 seconds and under now. At this point here, Top Blokes has suffocated the Endpoint attack so much they cannot generate 3, 4 or even the 5th goal to win here in game 3.
The clock dies down, Top Blokes gonna take game 3 and go 2-1 up in the series. Endpoint some detrimental mistakes. The own goal, the kick-off goal, two easily avoidable goals. Endpoint only, in total top Blokes, only won by 2 goals. If they just avoided those 2 simple mistakes, that game would have been tied. It just shows that you cannot make those mistakes in a match as important as this.
Well, in this type of situations, as experiences sometimes get you over the line, Metenčuks got a lot of experience in them, but don't discount or devalue Flame or Calcio. You sit there and look at those lineups and you go, yes, if you're in a qualification match, these are probably the men you want to be on it, but Endpoint could be knocked out within the next game here, only by 1 goal too. No more second chances, Boyo. At this point here, you can throw stats as much as you want. It's pure emotion now on their side.
Pure emotion. Now, Endpoint can bring this back, and they can send us to a game 5. But work needs to be done. They can do it, but they cannot make those same mistakes. Top Blokes are looking strong, and they're not going to let this go by easy. They want this win as much as Endpoint do, and they're going to show that in this next game.
And they're trying to show it, but there's also one factor as well, which is like the white line fever. Sometimes getting over the line can be as much as difficult as chasing the game, and that's what Top Blokes also has to achieve. But they have one of the most experienced coaches, both sides to be fair, Eclipse versus Rams. Rams, of course, done the brick side once a long time ago. Cooks their speed, Mystic on that lineup. Probably learned a lot with that team there. Top Blokes already trying to dominate. Send Endpoint out of the tournament. One shot they had off the side post it went. 15 seconds wasn't enough. They give Endpoint the breather already.
15 seconds, not enough. Top Blokes coming in. Casio, bring the ball centre. A chance, not going to work out just yet. The late wave upfield will try and find an opening. The ball coming centre, not working out. The clear away, Archie. Oh, so close.
Anywhere across, Virtus drops away from it, either lack of boost or realising a better play. 1-2, back over the Virtuoso, it needs to go back down to somebody. Archie and Flame, no pitch for the Dragons there. Demo on 1, and Endpoint scrambling at their own goalmouth, effectively there, Boyo. They could have conceded, but they're willing to risk it for the attack. You have to get credit for that. They have to lay everything on the table, and it will start with Metenčuks and beating again. Vert this time has to pick the sticks.
Pick it up off the side ball, trying to find the clear away, not going to work out just yet. Late in wave now. Up high, making a play of his own, takes it low on the 1. The follow-up saved barely. Goes back to Casio. Upfield, trying to find the play, not working out. The pass in centre, Endpoint needs to make a move. Instead, Top Blokes are going to do exactly that. Oh, Archie, that should be a goal. The follow-up not going in easy. Top Blokes have ruined their best chance to take the lead. And the score remains 0-0, all because of that.
The greatest miss of the Grand Prix, that's when they'll be put down if Top Blokes are knocked out. Still plenty of time, still a lot of life in this series, but Endpoint, you've got to show us something to get us to believe. It'll start with Metenčuks, Virtuoso demos Archie, moves into the play. Brilliant wave, has to drop back, and Archie moves in kind, just trying to tease him, block an opportunity. Flame, what a whiff, what a mistake. There hasn't been a touch that way, and Top Blokes, Ram may have took that one, but it was executed by Flames.
Flame, the softest touch in the world, I would say. Barely clipping that ball and giving Top Blokes a 1-0 lead. Half the game gone, 1-0 Top Blokes. Endpoint, they've got to go far. They need to find the goal if they want to stay in this. The ball travels high, they're clear away. Back to Metenčuks, off the corner, beat by 1. Virtuoso up high, trying to make that play of his own, but low on boost, cannot break out of his own half. Half 1, but beat by Flame, the drop down, that's going to be another 2. Oh, Top Blokes, and they are battering Endpoint now.
Well, Endpoint. You've been in situations like this before. You have to come back by 2 goals. We have yet to see it very convincingly done by them, but well, shut up, you have any belief, you have to give it over to them now. At this point, it might be too little too late, as it will be Metenčuks again trying to start. Verts moves across. It will be really we're surely in the move up at some point. He's sitting at the defence. He's realising top Blokes will the attack. And Versioso trying to bump Archie. Too much field away from making that play work. But still, he's going for it. And goal number 3. I think that's Endpoint eliminated with 2 minutes still on the clock.
That's surely got to be it, Danny. 3-0 with 2 minutes left. Top Blokes take it full advantage of Endpoint's playstyle. They see they're all pushed up, they see they're being aggressive, and they just rocket a shot to net. 3-0 Top Blokes. Game number 4, match point for them to move on to the group stage. They just have to hold on. And Endpoint, on the flip side, they have got to score now. They have got to put a move on. They do not have long left. They are going to be punished for it. There's another Top Blokes to secure it pretty much now. 4-0, Cassio a great goal, Archie a great pass. What a team they have been.
It's basic mistakes there by Endpoint that slips up on 4-0 to nothing. It's been very rarely ever done in a competitive case here. And they have to find 4. They get it back within just a tad and one more goal to win it. It will be really at Wave trying to start maybe the greatest comeback for Endpoint's history. But Archie's willing to push that to the side. Not going to happen. And Metenčuks, quick shot, and low it goes. But a double commit by Top Blokes pushes it wide.
Top Blokes are not going to let this go easy, and the clock slowly dies down. 90 seconds left. 4 goal needs to tie. A great demo, a great save. Possibly a 5th goal coming in now as Archie and Joessi in a 1v1. The shot saved by Vert. But that's got to be the game now. There's no way Endpoint can come back from this deficit. And if I get Castle cursed here, I would be immensely excited and surprised, but I think it's safe to say that Top Blokes are going to be moving on to the group stage, and they're going to be facing Vitality on Thursday.
I'll be waiting and seeing how that one goes. First myself, I'm a Liquid supporter. I'll be interested in how that one plays out. Who will be Endpoint as a consolation goal? 5 goals scored for, 1 favouring Top Blokes. A game you can only ask how many times can you do these type of comebacks. Highly unlikely, but you never know. But frankly, in my case, I would say it is over.
Say so, but there is still time and 50 seconds on the clock. 3 goals needed. They have to act exceptionally fast. Metenčuks will take the ball high off the ceiling and dropping down, letting Wave a touch out to the side. The pass to Versioso not working out. The clear away, running down the clock. Top Blokes have played this exceptionally well to end things off. And one last ditch effort from Versioso to push upfield. Cassio takes a pass, find another, make it 5, close it all out. Oh, it's off the crossbar, so close. Either way, that's going to be the game. That's going to be the series. That's going to be the end of Endpoint's run. Top Blokes moving on to the group stage. Endpoint eliminated. An unfortunate loss for them. A valiant effort, but they meet their demise in the form of Top Blokes.
Well, Top Blokes, they have made the series interesting. They have performed well. I thought the likes of Freaky on that team when it was Velocity was a very good performing team, very defensive since the introduction of Archie, well attacking, well versed. Coached alongside Rams. Eclipse will have a bit of work to do with Endpoint, but 3-1 series, 5-1 in the last game itself. But boy, oh, commiserations to Endpoint. Top Blokes move on.
Top Blokes move on. That is the end of Endpoint's run. A valiant effort, but they could not take down the Top Blokes side. Congratulations to Top Blokes. They will be facing off, of course, in Group A against Vitality, a difficult group right there. We'll be seeing them on Thursday, but we will not be seeing Endpoint any longer. Congrats to all team making it today though. Singularity and Top Blokes, a great performance.
Well, great for some, commiserations to others, but there is one more voice that will happily serenade Top Blokes too with their win. It's your jam.
Well, gents, that has been some sort of a miracle. Of course, the votes on the desk have split. We have Jay for Endpoint, and of course we had Bacon for the Top Blokes. And honestly, I think this series was looking exactly like that. And it feels like the longer this went, the better the day has become. Although, together with explosive action, we got some crazy mistakes. Really, just how many goals would you count that Endpoint concede from easily avoidable mistakes?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could ask Digital Bacon, who's hiding behind Boyo. Bar that factor, there was plenty of mistakes, enough there we could sit there and look at Endpoint, but to be fair, these are the type of matches where mistakes, you don't really try to worry about your offense's chances taking them when it really matters. Endpoint, yes, it was scrappy, but it was Top Blokes' resilience really that kept it going for them.
It was working out just well for them. You could see just how well they crashed the net of the Endpoint, put them in awkward situations. And it seems to have worn them down. By the end of that game 4, you could see that Endpoint were stuck in that low gear. All the while, Blokes were just running circles around them with every single play. The glaring mismatch in reaction time and precision on the challenges was monumental, but all the credit goes indeed to the Top Blokes for making sure that even at the end of this long day, we're approaching 5 hours of the broadcast, and of course players have all been here ready or warming up in between the games. A long day for them. We'd have to end it somehow and in an interesting fashion, but the fashion as it is, Endpoint is out and the Top Blokes are moving to the next day. This is going to be happening on Thursday for the group stage, and then later on Friday for the second group. Boyo, do you have any words of advice for Top Blokes as they're going to be facing Renault Vitality out of all the teams? Is there anything that can help them prepare for this monumental matchup?
Best thing I can say, listen to Rams, he's your coach, and hopefully he'll give you the best advice possible, because they are going to need a lot of work today. Vitality is not an easy opponent. Simple as that. They are the top dogs of Europe, consistency to its finest. So let's hope they can do some replay reviews, get some practice in, and see if they can challenge the European Titans.
It's as good as a pep speech as ever. And Danny, perhaps you can advise Singularity, or does Singularity know what they need to do? They need no extra words of advice.
Singularities went through the bracket. They have a coach in the background. They've done well enough. They don't need any more pep talk. I mean, that's all they've got the experience. They've got the former world champion. I mean, bar that, it's up to them.
Best of luck to the two teams coming on up. But as we finish our day-to-day, let's take a quick look at what happened earlier today in 5 games in total. We, of course, started with Endpoint, who put in a solid counterattacking effort against Solary. It was a back-and-forth 5 games, but in the end, all the efforts of Solary just broke down against Endpoint's defense and precision when it came to returning back the other ball to the other side of the field. Unfortunately, we also saw a hapless exit from Vodafone Giants. Honestly, it felt like they showed up for a total of 7.5 minutes today versus Monkeys, and a 0-2 record in the tournament overall. Unfortunately, is the worst showing out of any teams we've seen. If we go back and further on and speak about Singularity versus Top Blokes, no matter how good the Top Blokes were, we've seen them. For Singularity, there was only one man. His name was Though. That was absolute madness. He continued getting MVP titles one after the other, more than 6 goals scored in the series. He was absolutely dominant, but not without the help of Noli and Scrubkilla, and I'm liking how this team is shaping up. And of course, Monkeys and Endpoint has brought a little bit of life in their matchup as they were coming off the wins against Solary and Giants. And I'd say despite what has transpired and despite what Endpoint getting the win, that was a great showing from Monkeys. Unfortunately, both Monkeys and Endpoint are now out. And enough is said about the matchup that we just saw. A good way to once again end the day between the Top Blokes and Endpoint. Brilliantly done. Congratulations to Top Blokes. Commiserations to Endpoint. And we're just about done. Any last thoughts, Danny?
Not really much thoughts as us come on Team Liquid for Thursday.
Of course, we should have expected just that. Boya, anyone you'll be cheering on as we're going to be heading out into the group stage?
I wanted to say Team Liquid, but I'll leave that for Danny, and I think I do want to see how BDS perform after that Euro Cup win. Can they keep it up? Extra, of course, is an excellent player, and let's see if he can keep things going. So I'll go against Danny. Let's go BDS.
It's a solid team to pick. And of course, that is gonna be what's gonna be happening later on in the week. But for now, thanks to all of our casters that has joined me today on the analyst desk and in the casting booth, as well to our broadcaster Benzo, has been showing you the pictures and transmitting the sounds. The game will not be possible without our admins, so thanks to Spleen and John, aka always. Community wizard Lukash and the person behind the asset Sparta, big thanks to them as well. And all the credit to the new and improved overlay once again goes to the team of Eskimon, Palacium, and Rurik. The team over here is really thankful for the feedback that you have been giving, and we hope that you keep enjoying